For the podcast, the opening song should just be the Rock's theme song from wrestling. If you smile. Rock says.
The Rock says, know your damn role.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Parking Lot Projectionists podcast. My name is Andrew Gugino.
And I am Raymond The Rock Johnson.
Today, we saw San Andreas. Raymond, what is San Andreas?
Contrary to popular belief, not a Grand Theft Auto movie. San Andreas is a 2015 action drama thriller. In the aftermath of a massive earthquake in California, a rescue chopper pilot makes a dangerous journey across the state in order to rescue his estranged daughter. This movie stars... Just cut me off. That's not...
No, I mean, the synopsis. The daughter's estranged?
They just made that shit up.
Is this the official or is this anonymous again?
This is anonymous. Yeah.
Official one, 2 paragraphs?
There is no official one.
Oh, all right, solid. Who stars in this movie?
Oh, yes. This movie stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Carla Gugino, Alexandra Daddario,
Boing,
Colton
boing.
Haynes. Yeah, boing boing indeed. Colton Haynes.
Shooing.
Colton Haynes. Ion Gruffard. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah!
Ion, I think is how you pronounce it. Archie Panjabi. Paul Giamatti. Hugo John Stonebert. And Art Parkinson. There's more, but that's the only main.
Which one was the
main
Kim guy? Ken.
That was the Asian guy, the only Asian guy in the movie.
Isn't he Liu Kang's little brother?
What?
I'm sorry.
He was in the Wolverine.
Oh, yeah, that's where I recognized him from.
Who was he in the Wolverine?
The head of the Ninja Society.
Die Another Day, Total Recall, Elektra. Damn, all this cliche stuff, man. Oh, he's also in Spy.
Yeah.
That's coming out next week.
Get to see him again soon.
He's in Mortal Kombat X.
Mortal Kombat X.
Mm-hmm.
He's Liu Kang's little brother, isn't
He's
he?
in True Blood. Liu Kang had a little brother. Oh, the one that died? Maybe so.
Your brother's soul is mine.
I don't remember Liu Kang's little brother's face anymore. Okay, where was that? Directed by Brad Payton. Right into the Center of the Earth 2.
Starred Dwayne The Rock Johnson as well.
And Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else for this catalog?
So let's see what else this guy has put his hands on. Some movie called Zed. I got nothing for you from this guy.
For some reason, I thought of Ant-Man for a second there.
It's probably not a Payton. It's written by Carlton Cuse, Andre Fabrizio, Jeremy Patsmore. That's it.
All right.
Oh, it's a disaster film, by the way. They didn't put that in the thing for the thing.
Not as big of a disaster film as Aloha, I hear, huh?
Ooh, da-doom, ching.
Sorry, Cameron Crowe.
I'm not.
I actually like Elizabethtown, but I haven't seen it in a decade, so...
Never saw it. Probably don't give a shit about it.
I watched Jerry Maguire for the first time recently. Enjoyed that.
Really?
That was fun.
First time?
The whole way through, yeah. Well, it's a rated R movie.
Oh, yeah.
Sheltered youth.
Show me the money, Jerry. I can't remember what we was about to do now.
Talk about the movie.
Oh, about to tell everybody what this is, huh?
Yeah.
Starts out
in San Fernando Valley.
That's where we was at the first beginning?
Yeah, because they had this great little joke at the beginning.
With
no one else
with
was...
the kids,
Yeah,
with the girl.
Yeah.
So this blonde girl driving a car.
On this steep cliff on a mountainside.
She reaches, stops looking at the road, grabs a water bottle or something.
And there's a truck headed her way.
The truck coming down. She passes the truck with ease, you know, because she's a skilled driver like that.
She comes up right in time and it swoops by her. And, oh, no big deal.
She gets a text message. She starts texting, not looking at the wheel.
Another car's coming. Oh,
Puts
no.
headphones in her ear, starts driving with her feet.
Oh, no.
While texting, passes by it with ease.
Oh, man.
All of a sudden you hear boom, and she looks up. There's a Geodude on the hill throwing rocks at her. Just knocks her off the thing.
This was the most clever part of the movie, sir. This is my favorite part of the movie. This opening scene. Where the director is playing with your expectations that she's going to get hit both of these times. It was great. This is the most fun filmmaking thing I've seen in a long time.
Did you enjoy it?
You just expect it. Because oh no, she's not paying attention. She's going to hit this one. Oh no, she's not paying attention. She's going to hit that one. And then she's like, oh, she's paying attention. Rock slide.
Geodude came out of nowhere. Used rock slide attack on her. Start screaming. Ah! And then they show these shots of her truck. It's not flipping over from the side. It's flipping over front to back, slamming pretty hard.
Boom,
and
boom,
it's like
boom, boom.
A constant zoom on it while the camera's falling, going down. Check this out.
Oh, not since
bang,
Lone
bang,
Survivor
bang,
has someone taken that much punishment.
Bang, bang, bang,
falling off a cliff.
Bang, loose from a seatbelt. Realize she's on a cliff. Oh my God. Picks up the phone. All of a sudden,
the Batman Begins theme playing.
It does play. San Andreas. It just fades in. It fades in. Doves fly from these trees, and out from the trees come the rock chopper. Rock chopper got some people with it, reporters for some reason.
Talking about, oh, you guys just came back from Baghdad. Yeah, Baghdad. She writes out on her paper, bunch of morons.
I can't stand these assholes. Dear God, don't let me die.
And what about you, pilot sir?
And you see, it's just like the sun's beaming in your eyes, and then all of a sudden turns his head, and silhouette comes into play, and you see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, of course. I just do it because it's my duty, man.
He does this big grin on the side of his face.
Flies by, and he's like, there she is. So, all right, don't see your way in. Let's tip our hat to my lady. So they tip their hat and
we go
roll a chopper through these clever mazes. Whoa. Whoa. They finally steady it, send down Jackson from Teen Wolf.
Jackson.
Go get it. They said
another
Jackson,
Teen Wolf guy.
Yeah, that's who it was. Jackson from Teen Wolf goes down there.
They're getting all the big roles now, eh?
Yeah, he's also Roy and Arrow.
Jackson, you got 5 minutes till our engine cuts off. Good thing I only need 3.
My history. Hopefully there's some Teen Wolf fans listening.
Oh my gosh!
He goes down there, he's like, hey there. She's like, get me out of here. He starts pulling the door. He's like, oh. The whole truck shake. Don't do anything, stupid girl.
Takes off his face and he reveals a Spider-Man mask. Look, I'm okay.
Yeah, put this on. It's going to be all right.
Puts on a Jackson face for T-Wolf.
So she's wearing Jackson's face.
Now, I'm not going to pull you out immediately. I'm going to steady the vehicle with the chopper.
Goes down there, hooks some stuff up to the vehicle. Like, I got it. And then, ah, my shoulder. She's pinned on the truck. Oh my God, Jackson's bad. What are we doing? The Rock looks at the camera, like, I'm going down there. I'm handing the controls to you, other pilot person. Then he hands him the controls. Rock just like hovers down, uses boosters that attach to his body, rips the door off. That's a real thing that happened.
Yeah, he really did rip the door off.
With one hand.
Grabs her, pulls her out just in time.
Car's pulling the weight on a chopper, and the chopper engine is giving out. It's like, oh no, what do we do? We gotta hurry up and get out. Everybody's gonna die. The thing pulls out.
Release it now.
Released it, and it's like, get out of the way, Jackson. Jackson does a kickflip move, just like in retaliation when they was on the side of the mountains. Bypasses the truck, then it falls. Or at least we're out of the tree.
I don't know how that worked for Jackson, man. Jackson was a goner. When he released that car, I mean, it's going down on Jackson.
I have no idea how he did it.
I don't know either. So many people are going to die later that Jackson had to make it.
They couldn't let him die, though.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't show back up in the movie at all.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, The Rock goes home, talking to his daughter, Alexandria Daddario.
Sitting by a swimming pool in a bikini.
Oh!
Bathing for the cameraman.
Ooh. Ooh. Hot damn.
If you're listening to this, call Raymond.
He's oh, hell yeah. Shit. Don't even hesitate.
He will be your hero, babe.
Oh, yeah. I'd have jumped in that water, too, and saved your ass.
Oh, no.
So anyways, Rock's on the phone when he's like, I'm gonna take you to college, it's gonna be great, girl. It's like, oh, I got Bob and it's the Fantastic to take me. Oh, well.
He's opening up mail at the same time. And
he's using divorce papers.
Yeah, divorce papers. At first, she was talking about college. I thought he was getting a letter for her and that it said she didn't get in. It was gonna be something like that.
Some long-ass papers. Yeah, it was divorce papers. So he was like, oh, sad. Then we cut to Paul Giamini.
Oh, I forgot to mention that there was a nice Ram commercial whenever he was pulling up. It was a long shot of his nice Ram 1500 parking in the driveway, and then he picks up the phone after he's walked all the way to the door.
There it is.
It's Ram commercial number 1.
Paul G's in a classroom showing everybody all these pictures of all these devastation attacks that has happened by rock-type Pokemon in the past.
Everybody's just doing farming simulator on their laptops and not paying attention.
Except there's one girl who's like fascinated. The lights cut on her face is like...
The biggest ones was like Alaska, 9.4.
And one was in Chile.
It was bigger.
A few years before. And the girl was like, oh, what? Is this going to happen again? What do we do? He's like, well, of course it's going to happen again because this is the plot of this movie, young lady. Jeez.
Didn't you do the homework?
Yeah. What are you doing on this set right now? Get out of here.
Security?
Why you asking me that question?
Security?
Yeah, get her out of here.
We can do better than this.
Mm-hmm. Paul and Mr. Asian.
Oh.
What's his name again?
Ken.
All right, Luke Kang's little brother. Luke Kang's little brother is
I really hope it's Luke Cag's little brother and I'm not just making this up.
Paul G and Luke Kang's little brother are trying to work on a way to predict earthquake attacks by the rock-type Pokemon.
Magnetic charges or something, which involves sending Ken down inside of the dam.
We can test our theory now. Yeah, let's go to the Hoover Dam. You get to go to the hole. Sure. You're the minority. Get in there. Fine. So he goes down there.
No, Ken.
Luke Cage's little brother's testing his theories. He's like, yeah, it's working. So there's a little bit of something shake off.
They got a little bit of a reading earlier, and there was a slight shake, and it was like, oh, I guess we can pack it up. We proved some new science on how to measure earthquakes.
The readings are happening again, even though last time the readings happened, it took like 30 minutes for it to happen. Now it's happening like back to back. Earth starts shaking. More Geodudes show up and start throwing rocks everywhere.
Ken, get out of here!
And break the Hoover down. Paul Giamatti looks at everybody. He's like, everybody get off the dam! Just get off the dam right now! I think everybody standing around and we are already moving. I think they're already moving. He just screamed at everybody.
It's just so weird because you used to see big muscly guys and police officers saying, everybody get out of here, get out of here. But you just see him, Paul Giamatti with a little bit of a belly running around. Like, get off the dam. Everybody get out of here.
They get off the dam and then they start raising these barriers to block everybody in for some reason.
No cars can get off the barrier.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
stop the cars from getting off.
It's supposed to stop them from getting on, but
somebody's in a wheelchair, they in their thing and they need to go. All they can do is drive forward.
Now that's a scene right there.
I just understand. Everybody's getting off. Paul Jesus behind the barrier because apparently that's safe. Those little poles that popped up was just safe. That's it. You're the clear, you're gonna be fine. Nothing else is gonna crack beyond that point.
Dang right.
So Luke Cage's little brother comes up, he starts running, he sees a little girl in the corner crying, gotta save her, picks up this little white girl.
It's collapsing all behind him and he's running like Legolas in Battle of the Five Armies.
And he throws it at Paul G and Paul catches it. He falls back. He look and he
somehow got a metal concrete beam lodged in the top part of his foot. He was moving so fast that he's kicked it through the beam somehow.
Somehow it's in his body.
If he had stepped on it, it would have been more logical. He somehow tripped and fell into it.
One of the Geodudes did it.
Ah, okay.
He was like, oh, Paul G was like, okay, little brother, I got you. And he's like, no, don't.
Shut your eyes, little girl.
Shut your eyes, little girl.
Then Emotep pops up in the water.
And it just swallows him. And breaks through the dam. And Luke King's little brother dies again. The little girl's mama comes and gets her while Paul Giamatti stares at the destruction that these wave of Geodudes just caused.
Oh, no.
How would you relate this scene to the Man of Steel scene where Paul Kent does the same thing, except but Superman has powers, right? He can run and catch.
I mean, he really should have used his Paul Giamatti powers to save him.
Paul Giamatti to save him. I understand. It was a dumb move.
It was
Paul
very
Giamatti should use
very
Paul
stupid.
Giamatti.
It was laughable.
It was laughable. Paul Giamatti should use his Paul Giamatti powers to catch him instead of
I was more heartbroken about Ken than I was for Paul Kent in Man of Steel. Poor freaking Ken, man. I would have liked him in this movie.
R.I.P. He looked like he would have had some good jokes and stuff. I killed the wrong character off. I ought to kill that dude who had formulas and stuff written on and tattooed on his arm. He had equations on his arm. What kind of sicko puts an equation on their arm?
I would just imagine Eddie from Vegas Vacation just shows up right next to Paul Giamatti. It's a damn shame, Paul Giamatti.
Rock goes to his wife's new man's house. He lives in a big mansion. He's a rich douchebag guy, played by Mr. Fantastic of the old Fantastic.
They try to make it seem like he's not a bad guy at first, though.
Yeah, how's it going? So I got moved in together. Rock was like, oh, I didn't know that. He got the text messages on his way there. It was like, we got an earthquake. We need you to come help us out. He's like, all right, there's a big thing. I got an emergency. They called me in. Mr. Fantastic says, well, I can take her. And the Rock just gives him this look like, I'm about to eat your face off. It's about to happen right now. Alexandra Diario. Well, Dad, I'll see you later. Oh, here, you can have my copy of season 1 of True Detective back.
Blake, why is there an episode missing from my disc set of True Detective season 1?
Oh, Dad. Fine. Don't watch. You don't need to see the episode. It's nothing. It was a stupid episode. Father takes her bike out. She's like, here's her bike. Slut. She's like, I was going to tell you we were moving in together. Doesn't matter. You're a whore. You're always going to be one. And I hate you. Raw. So the Rock growls at her. Sorry, I had a hiccup while I growled. Paul G is at the facility. He's heard about Kim dying.
He's heard about? He saw it.
Say hurt.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he heard about it.
Jeez.
All of his young interns keep coming in saying...
bothering the shit out of him. He's like, I'm about to slap all y'all right now.
Hey, you're not thinking about Ken, are you? Sorry to hear about Ken, man. Hey, Ken, what's up, man? Oh, he's not here. What happened to Ken?
Sorry to hear about Lil Kane's little bro, but these news people here to interview. Same news people that interviewed The Rock earlier. Isn't that weird?
We will honor Liu Kang's brother's research by telling people about our theories immediately. Bring them in.
We developed this new system them to track these things, and then the young guy busts in, sir, more geodudes are showing up on our radars. Oh my god. So dirt start rumbling in or what? No.
Wait a minute. Runs over to a map with Sharpie and is like, if the geodudes started here, it's possible they were in the San Andreas Fault, which could form a line all the way up, and I'm gonna start drawing horizontal right now for some reason.
They must be using Diglets to get through.
Down the river, the natural grove.
To destroy everything.
Carry the 2 minus the 5, San Francisco.
There it is. This whole area is about to be infected. Who cares? Alexandria is riding a jet plane with her mother's boyfriend.
Mr. Fantastic.
Hey, I really respect what you and your dad have and all that, but don't worry, I don't like you at all. Oh, see this building? I built that. It's gonna be the tallest building ever, and it's also gonna be the climax of our film, so get ready.
How come you never had any children, Mr. Fantastic?
Because I was building buildings, girl. I was doing something with my life.
These are my children. I spent so much time raising these.
That was a very weird line for him to say. So stupid. They was like, by the way, I got season 1 of True Detectives on my laptop. You want to watch it?
Oh my goodness.
So
everybody has this, and then she just throws it out the plane. Brittany Snow shows up behind her. You know, I never experimented in college.
Ooh, damn it, Andrew. That would have been a movie. Can't remember what happens next.
Well, The Rock is walking to his chopper, and he tells somebody his shoe is untied. He's like, no, I don't believe you. Oh, it was untied. You rock you.
So, yeah. Rock gets in his chopper and starts flying away. I don't know where he goes.
I'm assuming he was heading towards Nevada to try to help with that earthquake.
Yeah, he was
in the
going
Hoover
towards
Dam.
where Hoover Dam was. Gina, my wife.
Carla
goes, meets with somebody we have no idea who she is.
She's Daniel's ex, her boyfriend's ex.
Why would
Susan.
she be meeting with him?
I don't know, to establish a relationship, to get some dirt on Daniel.
They don't have kids.
To see about moving.
Why is she meeting with her?
To get some dish on him to see
How
if
do you
he's
know
not
this?
a
Was
creep.
this in the movie? They just showed up?
Well, I can only assume that the reason that you would meet with somebody's ex is to pump them for information about the person. I don't know.
Do we know that that was the ex?
I thought it was. I thought at some
This
point
is
we
what we're
established that
assuming.
Susan was the ex.
We didn't establish that. This is just what we're assuming because of the way she was acting towards her. She just met this grumpy lady. She met a grumpy lady for no reason in the movie.
In a restaurant. And that Susan grumpy lady was very mean to that waitress.
That poor waitress. Did she survive?
No,
we don't even know.
I don't think
They got separated.
You can hope.
Kudos to the director for the cinematography for this disaster movie. I liked it.
Daniel leaves Alexandra downstairs, Blake as she's called in the movie,
She sits downstairs in the waiting room with the rest of the kids.
in the Riddick Tower.
She meets this British guy. It's like, I got an interview. Can't do a British accent. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm going to be an engineer. Riddick is the best in the business.
This is my little brother.
His name's Ollie. Ollie, come
Ollie.
over here, Ollie. Say hello to
That's
this chap.
so cliche.
Ollie Oxenfree. Where is that boy?
Bring Ollie over. Ollie's like,
Hi, I'm Ollie. I saw lost San Francisco.
the way
I
you
got my
talking,
own little...
I'm imagining them dressed like the orphans from Orphan Annie right now.
Yes, I got my own little San Francisco itinerary with all these little tabs on the
He
side.
got the San Francisco Pokedex, so
Ooh.
he's good.
But looking at you, I need to write something down.
He's like, man, you pretty. She's like, thanks.
If I was 20, I would hit that.
He said that, didn't he? He talking like he's an old man, too.
Yeah, no, he's an old
A
man.
young boy who turned to an old man at some point.
There's this Benjamin
He got the Benjamin Button disease.
or the Robin Williams Jack disease.
Let me get your number for my bro, because he ain't gonna ask for it.
Ollie,
Only behave yourself.
Ollie, what? I can see you bulger.
Looking at her, bulges. What's it?
You run along, bro. Have fun on your interview. So what are we gonna talk about?
Want to play Sudoku? So they play Sudoku.
Carla gets a phone call in the middle of her conversation with Susan from her ex-husband, The Rock. The Rock says, I miss my dang wife.
Sorry the way I acted. You're not a slut. Just want to make it up to you. Boom.
The movie got tired of their talk.
Geodudes pop out with golems and gravelers everywhere. She looks out the window. She's like, oh my God, they have an onyx. Slams the phone down. Earth starts shaking and cracking. Buildings are breaking.
Get to the roof, honey. Get to the roof. I will be there with the chopper. I'm turning around now.
I like this scene a lot because it was just pretty cool to me. Carol just followed her, watching all the people around her get smashed and stuff, falling in the pools in the restaurant. And the lady who she was talking to
Goes through a door to
she
a
goes
stairwell.
to the stairwell because they had to get to the thing. And then the door closes like it shuts like a ghost just shut it. Boom. And I was like, yeah. She opens the door and there's nothing there. Just open.
There's a guy dangling from a
Yeah, it's like,
there's this guy dangling from a beam and then he lets go. Ah! And then Carla just closes it. Don't want to go that way. She closes the door.
Never mind.
Somebody else could accidentally go through that door now because she closed it. It's like somebody else just storage. Come on. That would have been funny.
But while she was on the phone with The Rock, the earthquake was starting to happen. The Rock was seeing it too. He looks down, sees this part of an intersection of a bridge. This 18-wheeler just flies off. It would have been great if they had a Wilhelm scream right there, but they didn't. But it was just random. They just showed that. I guess he's supposed to see the earthquake, but they made show this is a disaster. Watch this. This 18-wheeler falls off.
It looked like stock footage for whenever Optimus was fighting on top of those bridges at the end of the first Transformers. Cool, man. Carla Gugino's still struggling to get to the other staircase, and for some reason the chef's on fire. And then a bartender jumps the bar in front of her and just falls across the floor in front of her for some reason.
She grabs the waitress. Come on, we gotta get to the roof. Then they get separated going down the stairwell while Carla's going up the stairwell. Then a piece of side of the wall breaks off and like a guy falls through.
Into the elevator shaft.
And the elevator comes down on him. It was so great. Like, wow, these people are being double whammied right now. All these people around her are not just getting crushed, but they're like getting demolished.
Meanwhile, in San Francisco.
It's like, Blake, you have a good time? Like, yeah. So Blake, her father go down. Oh, I'm sorry. Her mother's boyfriend go downstairs. They get in the car, parking lot.
Jarvis, drive us home.
Jarvis is driving them. Then the earthquake starts shaking. It's like, go, go, go.
Floor it, Jarvis.
Jarvis goes, and then like a piece unbuckles from underneath them.
Whoa!
They go flying down.
Slammed into a wall, and then boom, a big piece of the roof falls on top of Jarvis. All the jelly comes out. Oh my gosh, Jarvis is dead! Jarvis is dead! Jarvis is dead! Jarvis is dead!
Blake's legs are pinned.
Mr. Fantastic's like, you okay, Blake?
Yeah. You all right? No, man. I'm
stuck.
I'm stuck. Wait here. I'm gonna go get help. He goes up the stairs. He's like, help! Security, go!
He left me.
Who was she talking to at that point?
Herself?
Yeah. Okay, so
maybe the Jarvis.
He goes and grabs the security guard. He's like, come on with me. The roof cracks. They're like, watch out. The security guard pushes him out the way. He's buried under rubble. And his shoe comes off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because I didn't think anybody got killed there. I thought he was just traumatized by the fact that his shoe came off.
Yeah, the security guard dead.
I thought it was like...
I didn't see that guy
I didn't see the guy get crushed.
He was gone.
Okay.
Dead.
Oh, no, his shoe came off, and he was that close to death, and now he decided to run.
British dude and British brother hears this go down the stairwell. Carla's still trying to climb up to the roof. She makes it onto the roof. Starts cracking under there. This is pretty cool, too. The camera stuck with her whenever the floors was collapsing underneath her, so she fell down like 4 floors. Anyway, boom, 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 boom. I really like that, too. And she got up. It's like, oh my God, my hands bleeding.
She got up.
She got up. My hands bleeding.
I gotta climb.
Rock, where are you? And she looks off in the distance. Yeah, he comes like, he comes around the building that's collapsing.
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, play that music. It's like, Carla, all right. And she looks around.
This kid's yelling.
Sorry. She looks around. She's like, right over there, right over there. He goes, gotcha, gotcha. And he goes up. She slips, almost falls down a shaft.
Then the bathroom explodes and there's fire all around her. We'll meet up there.
She goes up there. The higher part of the building. Rock puts the rock chopper in
hover mode.
You just set it in hover mode. HOV. That's what the button said. Andrew keeps laughing at hover mode. I didn't know they had a hover mode. Did you know? Like a pilotless hover mode?
Maybe there is.
Somebody who's helicopter enthusiast will tell us. Puts the little basket cage down for the building behind them collapses and push more rubble and stuff towards them. Oh my God, Carla. Pulls up the thing.
Dust all around. You can't see what's down there.
Looks at the cage. The cage is empty. He looks down. She's like, help. He's like, I got you. Start flying away and they dodge falling buildings.
Look up, y'all, falling rock.
And he flies away. British dudes go down, help Blake out, because of course you gonna help Blake out. Look at that girl. She needs to survive this.
They try to apply pressure at first. They grab a concrete beam, shove it underneath a huge chunk of concrete, pressuring down on the driver's seat on her leg. Can't get it to budge. Starts collapsing again around them. They have to duck down for a second. Then he recuperates and he thinks, oh wow, I should get the freaking
jack. It goes in the trunk. I guess some rocks fell on it, but it just opened up, grabbed the jack, jacking it up. It wouldn't jack no more. I think those kind of supposed to go more than that, but okay.
Meanwhile, in the back seat, not only is she pinned back back there, but also there's a concrete thing on top of her section now after that last collapse, pushing in the roof so they have a limited amount of time to get her out. He thinks with his head, he grabs a piece of metal, stabs out the back tires, deflate them to get the car lower, alleviates just enough pressure, the jack that's already up high. She's loose.
She's able to get her legs loose. She slides out and they grab him from the window and falls on top of him. Oh yeah, it's time for the sex scene. She was like, no, fool, it ain't. Aw.
You never let me watch the good parts, bruh. Oh, we forgot to mention at one point that she did get one cell phone call out while she was still trapped in there to The Rock and her mother. And it was like, where are you? And you didn't get much out of her.
I was wondering, because they went in the stairwell. It took them a while to get to her. So she was able to make that phone call all that while, too.
Yeah.
So I was like, when are they going to show up? Yeah, she made a phone call to her mother. Your boyfriend left me. She used the phone on the chopper and called him. Was like, if you ain't dead, I'm going to kill you my fucking self. That was their one F-bomb that they dropped in their PG-13. I think it was clever.
Left you? She was so pissed. It was great.
She was clever. It was clever. I liked it.
He should have survived to the end of the movie just so she could get some revenge on him.
She slap him and say, that was for New York. They pull her out. We got to find some radios at Radio Shack because my dad taught me all this and I'm hot and you need to listen to me. Yes, ma'am. Anything you say, mistress.
Paul Giamatti wants to get the word out. There's a second wave coming and it's going to rip up San Francisco and it's going to be bigger than the first.
Geo dudes got an army.
It's going to be bad here, but you don't want to be in San Francisco. It's like, well, how are we going to get that message out? Lady, we in Caltech. Meet the Caltech crew.
Busts over the door. He's like, I'm starting a new class. Anybody wants an A? We're going to hack into all media outlets. So one kid was like, hell yeah. Some hipster dude.
I only don't need no help. Got me feeling like
the training montage and them hooking up all the electronics to get ready to get the signal out.
Yeah, they're dancing around, plugging in stuff and hacking.
Ready to get the signal out. To get a message out to the world like in that 98 Godzilla. Ain't nobody want to listen to me before. Now look at this shit didn't happen. Well, I know found a way to predict it. And I'm not going to tell you where it's going to hit next until I get an apology. I want an apology from the president. I want an apology from my mother. And I want an apology from Susan, my ex-girlfriend.
Do what he says.
Gets 3 phone calls. Everybody apologizes. Like, all right. Well, it's going to hit again. Y'all going to die. So
call everyone. From now on, call everyone.
Yeah. Everybody.
Get out now.
If you can. Suckers.
Meanwhile, at the local San Francisco Radio Shack, all the electronics
hot,
is down.
Sexy Alexandra. Somehow they able to lift the metal, what do they call that? The door, the security door. They like bent it. I guess she has her father's powers to bend doors. Finds the landline. Calls her dad again. Like, got out.
What was wrong with her cell phone? Did she leave it in the car?
Cell towers were all destroyed.
Okay.
Couldn't get a signal out anymore. Even though The Rock could. He's not on landline. Anyways, maybe he was using something
satellite
else.
or something.
Oh shit. I should have had a dinosaur loose while this was happening.
Yeah, hooked up the landline. Hey, anybody want to make some phone calls? Order pizza? Saw someone running down the street. I think he delivers. Everywhere you look, everywhere.
Full house blows up to her. We get a shot of that? No, we should have got a shot of that. It would be great. We should have got that shot.
Did you see the Full House family running down the street?
Uncle Jesse?
You just see all of them die.
They all die.
Now that's a movie right there. The Full House family caught in a San Francisco disaster.
That's how you reunite.
That is
right
a reunite. You advertise it like it's a regular reunion film to get people in, and then 30 minutes into the movie,
a disaster happens.
A disaster happens in San Francisco. Yeah,
it could be like Full House Die Hard. That's what you're saying. They could take on terrorists.
Full Houser.
Fuller House? That's what you mean?
Well, they already have something called Fuller.
What?
Yeah, Fuller House is the name of the Netflix sequel that's coming out soon.
She calls her dad. The dad's like, remember where your sister's birthday party was? Because she died and I didn't save her. That's my story arc for this.
The Rock went through all of her stuff, looking at all the naughty pictures she took of herself, found sentimental photos of a family trip with another sister. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I remember. Get to that building. I'm going to come get you. The Rock is on his way. The engine on his helicopter brakes. Car's like, what the hell was that? It just go.
We're going to have to do an automated loopy sloppity-doo.
It's like, what? We about to crash, girl. Releases the throttle, lets it free fall, catches it, free falls and catches it. It's pretty cool. I like that tactic.
It's good strategy.
I need to learn how to fly a helicopter. Come in handy one day. Save everybody.
Okay, we're just going to set it down right there. Oh, lady with a shopping bag!
And he hits poles in the parking lot, spin it around, he starts bouncing off him like a pinball machine. Ends up in a store.
Like a Dollar General clothing section.
What's that smell? Got fuel on this girl. Get out of here. Opens the door and he starts grabbing some clothes off the rack. Start hearing shooting.
Bang, bang, bang,
boom,
bang.
Boom. People are loot. Rock's like, Not in my America. Activates his American powers, goes over there and murders all the looters.
Oh no.
Comes back wearing a clean shirt. He sees a car. This one's stolen. We gonna re-steal it. Starts doing the thing. The gun goes to the back of his head. This is my car, man. The guy's like, I give up. Rock takes the gun, punches him in the face, murders him, by the way. His face caved in.
Oh no.
When he punched him.
No.
Yeah, the guy's dead. He's got no face. He's got an interface. If he's alive, he's eating through a straw right now.
I wonder how Ram feels.
Who?
The Ram car company. Now they stole a Ford.
Was it a Ford? You noticed that?
Yeah.
Somebody didn't pay their bills.
Only half the movie.
Half the movie. Nah, we got to switch over. Drive off. Dropping the TVs in the back. Alejandro. I was about to say Alejandro. I keep getting her last name, Dario, and her first name, trying to make Alejandro. Blake, super hot, finds some radio materials in a fire truck. Nobody sees him messing with city property. Nobody stops him. Oh, we can use all this stuff. Here's some MRE. Here's some flashlight. Meanwhile, all the zombie-ass people just walking behind them like, oh, we'll just do what they say and go this way.
Blake, you gotta see this.
The British dude tells her, look, and the building that she was supposed to have the party at was on fire. She didn't have a water Pokemon. That's the problem.
We need to head to the highest point. My dad said he would
find
be
the
here.
second highest point. Look at your poker desk, kid. It's like, all right, let's go. British dude's like, wait a minute. I don't trust you just yet. He gets on the car and he looks like, oh my God, look at all these people.
Ben, what do your British eyes see?
Is his name Ben?
Yeah, his name's Ben.
Like, we don't know what the hell we doing, bro. You see this hot girl right here? She knows everything. You should just follow her. All right, we'll do what she says.
He was criticizing him for all the stuff that he didn't know that she knew. Did you know about the landline? Did you know?
I knew how to get her ass out that car with the jack. So in your face.
I'm the engineer
Smacks his little brother.
I haven't heard what her degree is going to be.
Exactly. We don't know. For all we know, she could be being a stripper. Where's that movie?
Oh, my goodness.
Anyways, they follow her.
If Tink thinks she is, maybe she is.
So they start following her.
You can't even grow.
Rock and Carla driving past by some old people. Stop.
I wonder what they meant.
And then it starts bumping. They slam on brakes and they look. Half the ground is just broken. This is a fault line. I don't know what that means.
The separation point between two different tectonic plates between that area of California and the rest of the United States. They shifted. That whole thing became unstable.
All right.
That's the fault line that
Well, I know
started
what
the whole movie.
Tectonic plates is. I didn't know they had a name for the separations of them like that. Fault line and shit. Excuse my ignorance, everyone. Well, you learn something new every day.
Hey, thanks, old people.
Drive back. Say, oh, you guys saved our lives, you old
I guess
bastard.
it's true what they say. Elderly people, well, slow. And not very safe behind the wheel, can still serve a purpose.
Oh, man.
Don't you go dying on me.
Yeah, thanks. We almost went down there too. Yeah, I told him to take this road. You what? My eyes are better than his. They're old people bickering. How do we get around? He's about 70 miles that way. It's not gonna be enough. And for plot purposes, we looked at the guy's hat, said something about aviation on it.
Woo.
Guy owned an airplane garage. For plot purposes, he was able to beat this guy.
It's a jump school plane for people who want to skydive.
You know, plane with the little nose propeller.
Whatever. Single engine private planey thingy.
You know what it is. You know what it is. Everybody calm down.
Yeah.
They take it.
I think we should discuss that other daughter right now. The Rock and Carla get into a discussion.
She's like, no, I won't talk about that shit. She's like,
well, I want to talk about.
No, right? Said no.
I'll never forget her face. It was me who told her to go rafting with us.
I saw the face when she realized that I wouldn't be able to save her.
Oh, 3 times it drops.
The rock failed. I failed the people. Forgive me. Of course, I forgive you. Rock, let's go. Gets the airplane, they drive. I'm sorry, they fly to San Francisco. Meanwhile, we see Mr. Fantastic. See that there's an aftershock.
Whole building's collapsing. All the debris is heading his way.
Grabs a guy, throws him on the ground, and grabs on, holds on. So he was like a nice guy starting off. Now we just know he's a dick.
Hey, he's kind of just doing what he had to do to survive there.
So you telling me this is just human instinct stuff happening right now? This wasn't a dick move on his part?
That guy it's a dick move, but at the same time.
That guy was there first, though, Andrew.
That was survival instinct. Oh, would you, Raven?
What?
One person stands between you and life and death. He was there first.
I killed that motherfucker, Andrew. Don't think I would. Don't think I would, Andrew. You asking the wrong person to think about making a moral choice, because I'd make the worst choice as long as I survive.
All right.
Ain't
Well,
nobody standing between me and life and death.
Oh, no.
It's me and them. It's them. Shit. Bye. You got to go.
Maybe he's not so
Yeah, but I
guilty
would have
after
left the girl, though, because damn.
Well, he left her because there was no chance of him getting with her, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. And he's old.
He didn't want to have to pay her college bills and stuff. His shoe.
And his shoe came off. Alexandra, Blake, and Ben and Ollie are feeling the same thing. They start running, and Blake, I mean, is it no? That Blake is shit.
Blake is Alexandra.
Yeah.
You're confused because
what's Ben's name?
Ben's name is Ben.
Ben. Yeah, Ben.
You said what's Ben's name?
Ben. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's confusing because Ben introduces himself as Blake because he was so distracted by Blake's hotness.
Shit, I'd introduced myself as Blake too. She was super nice and sweet too in that scene. She's like, yeah. He spilled coffee on himself. She's like, here, I got something to help. He's like, thank you. Then she wrote a number down, whatever she left for the little brother to give to her.
Blake's cell.
Wish we had more women like that in the world.
Just give you their number, Raymond?
For free.
You just have to have a little British guy play your
Give
brother.
me a little British brother. If I hire a little white kid to be my British brother. This is my bro. I'm just not gonna talk in a British accent.
You just gotta act very, very shy, Raymond. And very, very.
This is my British bro, Ollie. So you should give me whatever I want. Ollie, say something. Please, man. Can I have some? Oh.
Yeah, she's falling in love with Ollie, but since it's not age appropriate, she's like, I guess I'll date your brother because you're so cute.
And Ollie was like, man, I can't wait till I'm 20.
Then there won't be that big of an age difference. I'm 20, she's 30.
Buildings start collapsing. Piece of glass falls into Ben's leg. It stops for a while. They go check on Ben. Puts a tourniquet on him. Is it a tourniquet or just She stops the bleeding. Pulls out the glass. Ben takes like a champ because he's not about to cry in front of no pretty ass girl. I'd probably cry. That looked like it was painful.
I'm really surprised that they let them have that in a PG-13 movie. Usually you can't show that much of a gore effect.
Andrew.
Of them pulling that out in a PG-13 movie.
Andrew, I told you, we love violence, bro. Headshots on TV, Andrew. All the violence you want in the movie. You just can't show boobies. There's a boob. It's the end of the world. Ready to go.
If we reversed this policy and all you could show was love and sex, we'd be in George Clooney's Tomorrowland.
We'd be psychos. Oh, you have to give us your brief review on Tomorrowland after this.
That comes later.
We went to
the moon and
they see the building that the boyfriend, Mr. Fantastic, showed her. Well, I guess we got to get to that building.
Especially since there is a tsunami warning going on.
Wait.
Yeah, we skipped a huge chunk to get to this part of the movie, but at this point, the tsunami is coming.
That's what the tsunami comes?
Yeah, so now we got to go back in time and tell what we skipped, which is that there's not going to be a safe landing. I have to put her in the water.
Rocket call up, driving a plane. He's like, there's no place to land. Look at the airport's all messed up. What do we do?
San Francisco Field.
Well, we still can't land the plane. I'm going to jump out. You come with me. What? I'm going to hook you up to this. You'll be fine.
He was saying it that casually, too.
He was like, no, you'll be good.
I'm a firefighter. I do this all the time.
He's like, yeah, come on now. You'll be all right. She's like, I don't know what to do. Oh, my God, please. He's like, you ready? No. Jumps anyways. Moves her arms so he can do the aerodynamics. Lands in the baseball field.
Right on the midpoint of the diamond.
And says, man, I'm glad I got you back on second base again or something of that nature.
It's been a long time since I got you to second base.
And I was laughing. I thought it was a clever joke. We don't get clever ones like that anymore. I liked it.
That was one of the more clever things in the movie, besides the opening.
There you go. Andrew liked it too. This director shows potential. I like this guy, especially his cinematographer stuff that he was showing.
Yeah, I really do. Well,
are we about to get in general discussion?
Yeah,
let's finish.
Keep going.
So, we gotta stop ourselves. Okay, go.
Please don't stop. Please don't stop.
Rock yells at the people, get behind this building right now. The building's falling.
Hey, guys, get away from the collapsing building between the water and this stadium.
Everybody
Hunker down against the wall.
He's like, how you know to do that? He's like, I'm the Rock, girl. Shut up.
It's the triangle of life.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what you told me, he said.
He said, cover, courage, and kindness. Triangle of life.
Fight a wall and hunker down.
Triangle of life. Peace. They saw the damage. It was like, how do we get through that? It's like, we're going to go around it. Take a boat.
Water starts receding in the bay.
That can only mean one thing, tsunami. And that's when the sirens go off. And they run to the building finally. Get away from the tsunami. Tsunami goes off. They go straight for it because you got to get over before it crests.
You're screwed if you don't get over before it crests. And so all the boats in the bay, there's this like army of boats.
It was so cool.
There's a fleet all trying to charge it at the same time.
They should have played some cool music like that for Carl. Was like, we're not getting fast enough. The Rock opens up the fuel tank, bleeds into it, they just take off super speed.
It would have been cool if they related to some of the other drivers. They all looked at each other like it's on now or something. See you on the other side, Ray.
That would have been great.
Good luck, guys. guys, this is it.
Somehow they was able to go faster than all the other boats.
Yeah, got over the crest and the Titanic showed up.
Yeah, they were starting to get over the crest. Yeah, and then a shipping container shows up, propellers, and they had to dodge that. They started dodging crates that was on it was falling in the water. So as they dodge that, they make it over in time.
They decide to park it and see what happens.
Yeah, it's like, let's watch. I think someone's going to die.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
The wave pushes it up, smashes into, what they call it, the San Francisco Bay Bridge.
Mr. Fantastic is running on the bridge.
Yeah, he's on the bridge.
He looks at a crate, just smushes it. Boom.
I wish it was The Rock smushed him. It wasn't satisfying enough for me.
He should have lived to the end so Carla could kill him.
Do like a Black Widow move and snap his neck. I would like that.
Gonna be a beautiful day. People are dying. Sympathetic music is playing. It's sweeping through all the streets. The three younger people are not high enough because there's a collapsed section in the stairwell, so they can't get any higher in the under construction Daniel building called the Gate.
Ben got to kiss Blake. She was treating his wound from the other side. The little brother was like, Mom's gonna love her.
Hey, for some reason, all the blood's coming away from this wound.
Yeah.
Oh,
you just saved my life, girl. Thanks.
It was still under construction, and a piece of the construction was blocking the stairwell. And so the Tsunamis head right for their floor. It's like, we gotta get behind these columns, brace for impact.
They see The Rock and Carla just driving their little boat throughout the streets of the city now that it's flooded. Ollie's like, I see people down there.
The Rock and Carla are just driving through, not helping anybody else.
They're not even looking around. Oh yeah, everybody's like, the other people are helping people. They're just looking at everybody like,
he's a fireman, but he's not interested.
We don't give a shit.
He's
screw y'all.
Yeah.
So he drives by.
He just flashes some people.
And she looks, she's like, that's my parents. They start banging on glass. They can't hear us. Ollie's like, what do we do? She looks at Ollie and smiles. He goes, what? And then I swear, I thought she was going to throw him through the window. That's the way to break the glass. Just see him fall. And she screams, Mom, Dad. Didn't happen though. They used his, throughout the movie, he was playing with this green laser light. So they used that to get their attention. I just could have sworn, Andrew, this was about that. Like, that's set up in other movies, huh? When it was like,
that's how
character.
I mean, it was just like Toy Story 2. Yeah. It was like, we were going to use your head. What I use my head.
Just
throws off.
Had been pushing him, hitting his head on the glass to break it.
We're here to spring you, Woody.
That did not happen. It was very upsetting to get their attention and the building starts sinking.
No! Everybody's panicking. Oh no, another daughter's gonna drown in this building.
Ollie and Ben are able to get to a higher point in the building.
But Blake's trapped inside an office.
Rock gets down there. He's trying to get her out. They keep going up for air, talking to each other. I'm sorry, Dad. Just tell Mom I love her. Can't breathe. They give out air and he's like, no. Punching the glass to no avail. Then we see her drown.
She said,
she starts doing the shakes. And she drowns.
Yeah, she's dead. She's dead.
Well, I think you have about
so
7
long before
minutes.
Your brain gets
7
fried.
minutes. I think it's 7 minutes you have before your brain
needs oxygen
done.
Or something.
After you die. No, I actually think oh god. Brain activity for 7 minutes. If you lose oxygen for more than a minute or 50 seconds, she got a little brain damage.
She should be not well at the end of this movie. Oh, spoilers. She's dead.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Rock's super strength activates. He just brushes through everything and just flies her out of there.
Ollie's like, I don't want Blake to die. She's not gonna die. I just brought you up here so you safe. Now I'm gonna go down there and chip chip perio and bloop bloop.
Yeah, they meet Ollie. That's very racist. Did you hear British people?
What is that racist at all?
Chip chip perio.
That's culturalist or something.
Yeah, it's very cultural, continentalist, or whatever you are.
What the fuck? You have a little fun, eh? Yeah, comrades.
What if we have British fans on a podcast? They're gonna be so upset with you right now.
I love British people. I'm
See,
sorry.
we love British people.
I'm just having fun.
We're just having fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, he grabs her, goes into the room with Ollie and Ben, performing CPR on her.
Boom, boom, boom. Break that glass.
Yeah, he tells her to break the glass, grabs the thing and starts breaking. Carla sees him, takes the boat, backs it up, gets some good distance in there, rams it through.
Woo!
Get on, everybody, get on. They take her body, get on, drive off. Everybody get your heads down, get your heads down. The building's coming down, and they make it out with ease.
Well, not too much ease. Everybody had to get down, and it scraped all the stuff off the top of it.
It was like the satellite dish on the Falcon.
That was too close. Rock is still performing CPR.
Rock performing CPR.
Boom, 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 boom.
Then he stops for a while. My baby! Carla does this epic cry.
For a second there, I thought they were going to let her die.
I know. I thought she was dead too.
Oh, wow. They're going to actually let her die. But at the same time, I'm thinking...
That was a waste of time. This is our MacGuffin and it's dead. Our MacGuffin's dead.
Test audiences would have hated this, so there's no way this is actually how the movie's going to end. It's going to be one of those last second things.
Baby! And The Rock look at you like, no, I'm not gonna do this. They just takes his fist, punches her in the chest, and she comes back.
He doesn't cough too much, spits up a little bit of water, and then she's like, Mom?
I'm alive. Ben was like, yes!
It's like, who are you? My name's Ben Taylor, and I'm dating your daughter.
Then you just see, it just cuts to him flying. He lands in the ocean.
My name's Ollie. I'll be dating your daughter in 10 years.
Falls in the ocean.
But Daddy, I love them.
Shut up. You don't know what love is.
They're from out of town.
The Rock does not throw them. They go to the FEMA camps.
They stand looking over the Golden Gate Bridge at the same place that Vince Vaughn did in the internship with his people.
Same place that Caesar did. Dawn of the Planet Apes.
It's just a lovely spot to film in.
It's the spot that you go to look at the Golden Gate Bridge. Golden Gate Bridge. I said San Francisco Bay Bridge. Sorry, everybody.
And that's the other one that got destroyed. Silvery one. There's a beautiful sunset. They arbitrarily releasing an American flag down onto the
why?
San Francisco Bridge.
A terrorist attack from the Geodudes. They had to release the American flag. Show that we stand proud.
What are we going to do now?
It's like, we'll come back because we'll need to.
There was one extra good writing part that I liked where The Rock thanks Ben and Ollie. I want to thank you two for being there for my daughter. And then I'm thinking something in my head like she was there for him.
Yeah,
and then it's
says,
like, actually,
like
she was
there for us. It's kind of like a Power Rangers moment there.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it. I'm glad somebody actually said what I was thinking in one of these movies for one.
They play the music and
dun, dun, dun,
movie pulls back to a satellite shot and we see the bottom part of California is now split into 3 islands.
Whoa.
I remember hearing eventually the whole thing is supposed to come off all of California, not just the bottom part. I think Washington's supposed to split off too.
Rebuilding doesn't sound like a very good idea in this particular scenario.
Well, I think now that the plates are separate, they won't be doing that with each other.
I mean, it's loose now. It's kind of...
There could be other earthquakes like in Tokyo and Hawaii and San Francisco in that area could feel it still. Like they could send tsunamis our way because it quakes.
Oh, and Paul Giamatti is slightly relieved that he helped save millions of lives even though millions were lost. His message did get out there to all the major networks, and he's congratulated by the cynical newswoman who is now a little bit more humble after this experience.
I looks over and sees Liu Kang's brother's Force Ghost giving him a nod and a nod and appreciation.
Oh.
And that's the end of the movie.
Rock.
Rock.
Burr. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Paul Giamatti walks up to The Rock and the family and is like, "You humans are so unpredictable." You knew we would make it all along. Didn't have a clue. The earth starts shifting again. Thanos shows up in the sky.
Yeah.
You foolish mortals. I've come for your souls.
Come for your states.
Mike's over there.
Oh, my mic's over? I don't think so. The end. General discussions. Me first?
Sure.
Well,
say what you need to say.
Say what I need to say.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I kind of did have a lower expectation. I was hoping this was going to be surprise hit. I wouldn't call it a surprise hit, but I felt like they got the comedy stuff right. I like the cinematography for the actual disaster parts of the movie. It's nice and intense and different, not like other disaster movies we saw. Well, story-wise it is. That's probably my biggest thing with it. It was just very cliche. Pretty sure The Rock got fired from his job after this movie for leaving his post and going to rescue his own family members.
I did have a problem with that.
Yeah.
That's a major complaint in this movie is that he's a fireman who was called in to save people before this quake started, and he just abandoned his duty just to save his family.
He's supposed to be with people, and he's just flying without people. So did he take this on his own? Or?
Even after he got his wife, he did not know that his daughter was in danger yet. I'm sure there are plenty of people on these buildings. He could be searching to try to pick up more people who evacuated to the roof.
For plot purposes, Andrew, we can't pick them up because we don't have enough room.
It's just so weird. Maybe make him a retired fireman who learns that somebody's in trouble, and so he hijacks a chopper to save his family.
It was kind of a selfish dick move. The movie should have been like terrorists caused the earthquakes and The Rock had to fight him and save the day. That's what I'm thinking, personally. But I guess the theaters were due for another disaster movie because there hasn't been one in a while. And they put us in a small auditorium thinking it wasn't going to be big, and had quite a few people in there.
Packed.
This might be a nice weekend for this movie.
It wasn't completely sold out, though, and it was a small auditorium. It's going to do medium business.
Everybody just go see The Rock, Alexander Daddario. Didn't really care too much about the storyline except for rescuing Alexandra Daddario because she's hot.
Would you almost would have preferred it if it just followed one of the storylines?
No, I kind of like that it was balanced. I wouldn't change anything for it. Probably just have Mr. Fantastic die in that first scene where the stuff struck. Cut all his scenes. Other than that, I don't know how I feel about this movie. Director had fun with it, what he had here. Kudos to him. I don't know why we was introduced to Jackson from Teen Wolf in the beginning. He survived and he didn't do anything for the rest of the movie. That's about it, everybody. Andrew's turn.
All right. Raymond's taking photos of me, apparently.
No, I'm looking at Alexandra Daddario.
Oh, into the mic, please?
I'm looking at Alexandra Daddario's pictures.
Thank you.
Okay. You go ahead, sir. You have the floor. I'm listening.
I'm listening. He made that noise a lot in this movie. That Alexandra.
They had some nice shots of her. Like the director knew what he was doing, man. There was like her silhouette from like the sun would be setting on the lights or something. She was at the pool side, and it was good stuff. He got some nice boob shots. They're good. Okay, Andrew's turn. Sorry.
This movie's a little weird. It's simultaneously bland and cliche, but the people who are in it are very charismatic. There's some of the direction bits are really, really good, and the effects are great. But at the same time, it's also got this grayscale. Even though the cinematography is set up really nice, I guess it's just the color correction that makes it look so bland because of all the browns and grays everywhere. It's not a really full color palette to this movie. I don't know. It's weird. There's some spirit here. There's some charisma here that I can't deny. That I thought was funny, especially that opening bit where they're pranking you like she's gonna typically crash into those two vehicles twice and then a rock slide happens. That was fun. Seems like there was some genuine heart and effort that went into this movie, which I appreciated, but at the same time I feel like it's more practice for hopefully something that people who worked on this movie will do better in the future. It feels like a solid effort to put on the resume, but it's just cliche. It's just going through the beats, obvious stuff. The step person who's not really a step person yet, he's just the boyfriend, gonna be the jerk who's gonna have to die, and then they'll just get reunited. At one point after he saves her, you introduce this subplot about Mallory, the other daughter, who he let drown, and then you have to save her from drowning the exact same way at the end.
Subplot.
Cut that entirely?
Think about the other daughter dying. I mean, it was like...
But it's the whole entire reason they broke up, so there's no...
Why didn't you just be divorced because of like financial issues or something? Something just regular. Just regular.
They felt like it had to all connect at the end. I don't know.
Well, it didn't for me. They didn't do it right. If you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. Cut that shit.
Well, then there would have been nothing at all to this movie. At least it was trying to do something a little bit.
Just trying to save that hot Alexandra.
You would have to change the style to be a little bit less serious than what it is if it was going to be all about saving the hot daughter. My hot daughter's out there. We're going to get her, bring her home so she can reproduce.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Giamatti put in a surprisingly good effort into this movie, I thought. He was really getting into his scenes whenever he was yelling. Got a little emotional there a couple points.
Anytime you got Paul, I think you're in for a treat.
It would be nice if we could have integrated him into more of the action somehow.
I think you should have met The Rock at one point in this movie. We could just have some Paul and Rock action.
Teaming up.
Beating the shit out of people.
Fantastic effects work. Some of the best effects you'll probably see this summer. Some of the shots look incredibly seamless, and the whole entire city is just rippling in the ground. Skyscrapers are teetering back and forth. Those shots look fantastic. So whoever did those particular shots deserves every movie from now on.
May I say something, Andrew?
Go for it.
I just realized the guy who's directing the 2017 Power Rangers movie is Project Almanac. I would rather the guy who directed this do the Power Rangers movie. Brad Payton needs to do the Power Rangers movie. After seeing it, he's the Power Ranger guy.
It'd be interesting to see what this guy could do with better material because people just hand him Revenge of Kitty Galore and stuff.
He's like a young Bay, kind of.
He doesn't have as flashy of a style, though. He's a little more laid back in his camera work.
But he keeps you intensified with it, though. Somebody needs to give him the Power Ranger script, make him do the movie. I would rather this guy do it. I guess I don't live in a perfect world. Hate everything. I'll say what I had to say about the movie. I am distracted by it.
Excuse me? Man's talking away from his mic.
I'm
like
sorry,
you guys
everybody.
can hear him. Whoa.
Take the mic with me now.
You want to say something, you say it in the mic, sir, so these people can hear you. What you looking at?
I was just reading stuff on the movie.
Oh, what's so fascinating? What you got?
There's nothing fascinating. I was just waiting. I didn't know if you was finished your go. I didn't know what was happening.
I don't know. I think I had some more stuff to say.
I interrupted you about the Power Ranger thing. I'm sorry.
There were some nice, practical, smaller thriller pieces as well that you used to get in disaster movies where you stick with people small scale while the disaster is happening, which I really appreciated. They don't cut away in the middle of some individual character's struggle, like in the garage garage scene, we don't randomly cut away to a wide shot of them going through the garage or anything. You're sticking with them while they're going through what's happening in the garage, just collapsing around them.
That's why I like Gianna's, not her name.
Gugina.
The camera was stuck with her, and then all these other people just died around her.
See, there are a lot of great touches like that in this movie. I think it's just the story.
It's the plot. The plot is just not good.
Yeah, the script and the story let down the charisma of the actors who were willing to put in the work, and all the fantastic stunt people and effects people who worked on this movie.
I think everybody did their job well. Everything was good.
There's some people who say The Rock is not convincing as a pilot.
Talk about wit.
Whoa, spoilers.
Hey, this fool name. Everybody just poking fun at this movie. The Rock's a pilot. So what? You be telling me some guy with muscles can't be a pilot? That's some kind of ism, and you should feel ashamed of yourself.
But come to think of it, there's no reason for it to have to be The Rock. He has a lot of charisma, but he doesn't get to utilize his strength, what sets him apart.
He should have fought the earth in this movie. It should have happened. Should have been kicking plates out the way. Plates should have been flying at him. Should have been punching him.
Sacrifices himself into a crevice and
closes it. Could have happened. Could have happened.
I am Hercules.
That's why I said it should have been like an actual action movie. The terrorist caused the earthquake somehow with a new terrorist device. He had to stop. That would have made it a little bit better. And he had to rescue his daughter at the same time.
That movie better not be taking itself seriously if it existed, though.
Right, but take itself like this one, though. This would take itself seriously. You had Paul Giamatti just saying all kind of crazy shit.
You complained about the subplot that it was taking itself a little seriously.
I just didn't like that subplot. It was taking itself too serious. That subplot was just...
He had that touching scene with The Rock
cool with the scene.
Weeping in the plane.
Yeah, but it's stupid. That don't make no sense to have that.
He was emoting, sir.
It was the payoff. Just to save... You was gonna save the girl anyways. The audience knew that. She had MacGuffin.
Yeah, but now it means more because he didn't save the other one.
Now you gonna bring her back to life? Why do we have this?
We train screenwriting.
Oh.
The audience isn't invested enough in him saving this daughter. Can we have another one that he didn't save?
You mean this is... See what it is?
Or how about, instead of it being the other daughter that he didn't save, why doesn't he just not save the person from the beginning of the movie and be traumatized by that? And then he quits being a pilot.
That would have worked a little bit better, Andrew.
Then
and that would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah, the opening scene would have had a little bit more point.
I did not care about this other daughter who I saw in these stupid flashbacks smiling and went overboard.
Yeah, you do the Ace Ventura When Nature Calls opening. Doesn't save the raccoon.
Save the raccoon. And then
The Rock becomes a monk somewhere in the California mountains.
That'd be great to see. That's a great movie to see. Tell you The Rock needs to do other things.
The Rock as Ace Ventura in the reboot with that hair.
Does everybody picture this right now? Just imagine that. Rock is the man. Can't what everybody says. Can't wait for his next outing. Score was borderline and superhero score kind of at some points. And the plot was just get from point A to point B kind of thing.
Simple, straightforward, kind of charismatic. The audience we were with seemed into it, enjoying it. Laughed at a couple of the jokes, especially the Ollie kid. They loved the British little brother. Mama's gonna love her. And it's like, oh, I wish I was 20 years older. Oh, we want to have sex with her too. You go, little boy.
Yeah, buddy.
You only laugh when it's true, Raymond.
Well, I know it's true, but I wasn't. Yeah, it's true. I ain't got no shame in my game.
Nice middle of the road movie. A lot of people putting in a lot of good effort for kind of a bland story. I enjoy it.
I will suggest if you in the mood for something like this, you should go see it. Otherwise, you don't have to go see it. I don't know. If you hadn't seen a disaster movie in a while, go see it. I'd give this movie a nice solid 3 stars out of 5. It's got a passing grade for me, even though the story sucks. And I'm normally a story guy now. If your story sucks, you get a fail automatically. But I did like what they did with this movie. Just check it out. Don't listen to what other people say. I know other people wrote it off. Rock, he's flying an airplane. My guy, he can't do that. Y'all know what this man could do in real life. He could probably fly a space shuttle. Y'all don't know his life. Andrew just made a look on his face like,
stand down.
Stand down. Yeah, if you can't believe The Rock is a pilot, how you gonna believe Chris Pratt can train vicious animals? Get a little too ahead of ourselves. We'll get to that.
If
in a
it was
couple
The
of
Rock,
weeks.
man, you believe a Rock would punch a raptor.
The Rock should have been in there. He could have smacked the shit out of a raptor. Riding on a raptor.
Yeah.
The Rock just needs to be in every movie. That's it. That's all. I'm just campaigning for that.
Oh no, may have gone too far in a couple places.
That's it for me on that. Would you like to give everybody a quick, because I didn't get to see Tomorrowland. Andrew will give you a quick Tomorrowland review.
Spoilers for Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland it's a bit of a mess. A very, very obvious message about saving the planet and how our negative mindsets are driving us towards a horrible future just because we're all accepting it. The media, our classrooms are all talking about all the horrible ways the world is going right now, and no one's asking about how we're going to fix it. And it's a very literal literal translation of that, but at the same time, it turns into an action movie as well. You got a weird opening scene where older George Clooney, because there's a younger version of his character in the movie. George Clooney comes onto the camera as like, hey, we're going to start this movie this way. And then Britt Robertson interrupts him like, no, you can't start it like that. You're too depressed. We can't start with a countdown to the destruction of the world. Well, I'm going to start with my boyhood. Him as a boy, and he goes to a fair and he tries to turn in a jetpack, blah, blah, blah. He discovers Tomorrowland as a boy. Something happens. He gets kicked out. Then we get Britt Robertson's backstory about how she's just destroying demolition equipment that's trying to demolish NASA launch sites. She's vandalizing this equipment constantly, costing them hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars so she can protect the future, even though they never plan to use it anyway, and so they're going to demolish it.
I was wondering why she was going to jail in the movie trailers. Like, was she just a vandal? Y'all just gonna trust her to get into Tomorrowland? She's a criminal.
Yeah, and then she has this allegory about wolves with her dad. Is like, Dad, you used to tell me this story about a wolf. It's like, you got the dark wolf that represents darkness and depression, and then you got the other one, the white wolf, that represents hope and promise of the future. Which one's gonna win in a fight? And he's like, the one you feed. Allegory for the whole movie. We need to feed the positivity back into the world, into the future. Because of this, Athena, this little girl, imprints Britt Robertson's DNA onto...
Like the Greek person Athena?
I'm assuming that's what it's named after, but it's just... Spoilers! It's a robot.
Oh.
This is a spoiler discussion, by the way. Athena, the little girl's a robot, gives Britt Robertson a pin, sneaks it into her inventory, so whenever she's being released from the police station after she was caught from sabotaging the equipment again, the pin, it's not mine, and then she gets a glimpse of Tomorrowland, and there's this creepy biker dude sitting down there like, Britt Robertson. She bumps her head, and then she realizes, oh, if I'm seeing Tomorrowland, I'm also still in the real world. For some reason, she tries to convince her dad about this, and he's all upset because of her vandalism, blah, blah, blah. You cost me everything to bail you out and to speak on your behalf. And then it's like, just touch the pin. Pin's not coded to his DNA, so he didn't see anything. She touches it again, and she's flying through Tomorrowland because she's in the car, technically. You're not seeing this? It's like, Casey, you on drugs? And stop it. And so he hides the pin from her. She grabs it, goes to Tomorrowland while she's upstairs in his room, falls down the stairs, and for some reason does not die a horrible death falling down her head. She falls headfirst down her stairs onto her head and neck, and then just flips over and just hits into the wall, and they play it for comedy, Raymond.
This movie, Andrew.
Eventually, you're going to find out that the pin is just an advertisement, like a holographic advertisement for Tomorrowland, and Tomorrowland is actually a post-apocalyptic land now. All the stuff has gone to ruin. They banished George Clooney because he invented some machine that could see into the future using Tektrons or whatever they call it. He built a machine that allows you to see into the future. They saw huge apocalyptic stuff, and they could see how everybody ever could die. So it was horrible for Tomorrowland. It depressed them, so they kicked him out. And now she wants him to bring her and the robot girl back there because she's the one who could save Tomorrowland for some reason, because she's the optimist. It sets off the clausometer, like from Elf. You made my sleigh fly. Because she believes in the future. All of a sudden, it drops from 100% possibility of an apocalypse to 99%. So they believe, get into a little capsule that's supposed to teleport them to Tomorrowland. It does not teleport them to Tomorrowland. Instead, it teleports them to the Eiffel Tower, which they board a rocket ship in the Eiffel Tower. It sends them into space and then back into the Earth's core, which then sends them to Tomorrowland. I don't know why they didn't just teleport to Tomorrowland.
I guess they needed an action scene.
And so Hugh Laurie shows up with his bad guys. Oh, by the way, there was a brief scene where they went to a sci-fi shop, and Michael Keegan, or whatever the fruit, shows up with dreadlocks to a Star Wars theme. He turns out to be a robot, starts Men in Black blasting people, and then a little girl, Athena, rips their heads off. She gets hit by a truck very violently. A bunch of guys with smiles on their faces disintegrate 3 police officers in a kid's movie.
So, let's stop for a second here. They kicked George Clooney out because his machine could predict the future and saw post-apocalyptic. So they still kicked him out, and it still ended up post-apocalyptic?
The city has been allowed to deteriorate because everybody's so depressed because of the machine.
Oh, okay.
They go up to the machine, Britt Robertson and George Clooney, house for some reason, even though he's sent agents to kill them, decides, hey, welcome aboard. I'll show you the machine real fast. It's like, oh, while you're going up the elevator, you can see an image of what's about to happen to you. And she's like, oh, she sees her hat blow off. And then all of a sudden, oh, no, her hat blow off. You could see an image of the near future because the tachyons are going crazy. Anyway, she sees the future, and she sees her house is flooded. She sees all these natural disasters. People are nuking each other. Horrible future. And you think you could save us? And then there's a blip on the radar where everything turns out perfect. And it's like, I know you saw that blip. And then he knocks them both out, puts them in a holding cell to send them away from Tomorrowland. Before they're about to send them to some, like the Bahamas or something, through a portal to banish them from Tomorrowland again, House is like, you know why I did it? People needed to know about how horrible the future that they're about to cause is going to be. These people are so stupid. I showed them, I fed them these images because it turns out the thing doesn't just predict the future, it feeds whatever future it's locked onto to everyone in the world. It's causing people to be depressed and only think about the apocalypse. So they have to destroy the machine and shut it down. It's like, no, I did it on purpose. Because if people could see what it was, you think they would do anything. They'd be desperate to try to stop it after they knew what was coming. No, people just accepted it. You worship post-apocalyptic movies and video games, zombies, and all this crap in your culture. They thrive on it. They wonder which apocalypse they're gonna get instead of trying to fix it. You deserve what you're gonna get, and blah, 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 blah. And then a fight scene ensues with him. Some robots show up. Athena accepts a blast for George Clooney, little robot girl. He loved her whenever he was a little boy and didn't know she was a robot until he was starting to grow up. And now he's this old man who has a love affection for her, and she admits that even though she's a robot, she actually does have feelings for him. She finally laughs, which was a big point in the movie. She's gonna self-destruct, so he just jetpacks up and drops her into the huge Death Star future machine, blows it up, and apparently the world is now saved. And now they're sending out tons and tons of little new robots to go and recruit people with pins to advertise Tomorrowland and recruit the best and brightest in the world to bring them there, the promise of tomorrow. And that's Tomorrowland.
So this movie didn't even take place in the real Tomorrowland.
No, the Tomorrowland is just a fake advertisement. That one sequence where everything is amazing and everything, that's the twist, is that the real one looks a lot like that, except it's completely abandoned and none of the stuff works yet. And now it's in a bit of disrepair. Mold everywhere. We haven't been keeping up with it.
Wow. And this movie was trying to make fun of other movies being depressing. That sounds depressing.
Yeah.
I wanted to see
That's the twist of the movie.
That's very stupid, in my opinion. We should just made a movie surrounding the future Tomorrowland.
The little girl who plays Athena is really good at playing a robot. I know that sounds insulting, but actually
That's very insulting.
No, she's very she's actually very charismatic and very energetic
in this movie.
And there's some funny little bits in the movie.
I feel like I want my money back. I didn't even see it. Don't try to twist me. I can't stand that shit. Advertise what's in the movie.
There's a good reason why trailer number 3 was that invasion of the house sequence. Obviously, it's longer in the movie, and that's a highlight of the movie where they're just destroying all of them, disintegrating them through laser fields. At one point, Britt Robinson grabs a bat and just keeps whacking it for like a minute straight. Supposed to be a funny scene, and the audience really enjoyed that. She's just going to town, just whacking this robot.
So would you give this, a yay or a nay?
Closer to a nay. It's just an unnecessary framing device. The beginning of the movie, instead of just starting with the flashback of George Clooney's younger character where he meets Athena, who he doesn't know is a robot, and she leads him to Tomorrowland, and then just flashing forward to Britt Robertson's character, following her through the rest of the story, they just start off with both of them already together, old George Clooney and Britt Robertson, talking about how, yeah, we're at the end of the movie already. Hey, so how are we going to tell them how we got to the end of the movie? It's spoiling a bunch of stuff. So they reveal that there's a countdown clock and that the world's going to end, when it's supposed to be revealed an hour and a half later. There's a reveal to Britt Robinson's character that there's a countdown and the world's going to be to an end. But you told us that in the first minute of the movie. That's supposed to be a twist, and it's not a twist. And then you also spoiled the fact that George Clooney is also the little boy by just telling us this is going to be his backstory. You spoiled a bunch of stuff. You told us right up front. It's like they're telling the audience, hey, stay patient because these guys are going to show up in the movie later. You just got to wait about 30 minutes before we get to these guys. But these guys are going to get together later, like we promised.
So what if people go see like Pirates of the Caribbean and it turns out they filming a movie within a movie or some shit like that? These are actors playing pirates. That's what this is like, huh?
It would be the equivalent of
this is a false Tomorrowland movie.
It would be the equivalent of starting off at the colony, Elizabeth Swann and Orlando Bloom's character performing a stage show for a bunch of children and saying, do you want to hear how we survived the deadly undead pirates and redeemed Captain Jack Sparrow? It's like, yay! Well, it all started when I was a little girl. Oh, you're really going to start with you as a little girl on the ship? Yes, it's important because that explains how I got the medallion, which is going to pay off later because your bloodline is tied to your father. And once we slice that open, we got to put that back in or else you can't cure the undead. And that's the whole reason for the story. Okay, well, then you can start there. So it's like them spoiling what's going to happen in the movie in the first scene.
Yeah, but you actually have pirates in your Pirates movie still. There's no Tomorrowland in the Tomorrowland movie.
That is true. You still would have actually had what they promised. And
Tomorrowland existed, but it wasn't the
fake.
It wasn't the Tomorrowland that you saw in the trailers.
And the highlight of Tomorrowland,
I should get my money back.
And the highlight of the Tomorrowland movie, the most impressive thing I saw was this idea of multi-swimming pools, where you got these rings that are about 5 feet deep, very wide. They're just stacked on top of each other, skyscraper height, but they have huge distances. Somehow the swimming pool water stays in these rings, and you can swim on one level, float to the bottom, and then dive into another layer below you. That was the coolest thing that they had to offer.
It?
Yeah, you're swimming on one layer, and it's like, I feel like I'm going down to the other layer, so you just dive through the bottom of the pool. Whee! You fall like 20 feet, and then you land on the next pool below you. That was kind of cool.
Shit. I still ask for my money back. So that's your Tomorrowland quick cap. He's a nay on it.
Plenty of other things I could nitpick or say, but I can't remember right now, and you guys probably don't want to hear it. You probably stopped listening because you didn't
care about Tomorrowland.
Nah, I'm sorry to hear that.
All right.
So Tomorrowland, the movie, would hate San Andreas, basically.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all I got to say on Tomorrowland. I'm the only one who found Ghost Protocol a little boring. It was a little slow for me. Well, I'm not surprised that I didn't like Tomorrowland that much, because Brad Bird has a laid-back pacing. He can't really kick it into gear a lot in his movies with his editing. I mean, there's a lot of charming stuff in it, but he tends to get a bit sluggish. Even in The Incredibles, there's a little bit of a lull in a couple areas. He needs a good trimmer, this Brad Bird guy.
And I know just the man for the job.
Oh, dear. Anything else you want to say, sir?
Nothing. Playing Witcher 3, waiting on that Arkham.
Sounds like a good note to end it on.
Fine with me.
For the Parking Lot Projectionists, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Raymond.
Shutting it down.